profession.
Yeah.
So
What
for her,
aspects?
this is educational.
What aspects of masculinity are the most important according
damn.
to your philosophy, and how
shit.
do you embody them in your daily life?
But never
Oh
mind.
shit.
Had nothing to do
No.
with sex. Okay.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Very impressive.
I'm an intellectual too.
Yes.
Are you a
yeah.
sapiosexual?
You know what? Actually, like, yeah. Well, no, I
Let me
would
see
like
it first. But-
I would consider myself like pretty much like asexual overall, which is why my job is like kind of easy for me because I can kind of like
Either way.
tap out and like not get like in my head emotional. I can treat it as like a business, which is what it is.
Well, I will
to
say
me.
this: she's not a retard because she spelled everything here perfectly, and she actually used commas too.
Oh,
There we go.
wow.
That's also for
Y'all should see when we read this. I'm like, what the fuck did this girl write?
Hey, by the
She
way,
used commas in proper handwriting, everything.
by the way,
My mother was a teacher for 30 years, so she put it into my.
Did she teach English?
Teachers.
She taught special education, all different subjects. So
Okay.
English was one of them.
by the
yes.
way, Myron's really smart.
What? I'm just admiring that she's proper grammar on this. Bro, you know how many girls like when they write these questions? This is good, man. This is actually really good, proper.
Trust me,
grammar.
I don't know what this one is saying.
Okay, so what aspects of masculinity are the most important according to your philosophy, and how do you embody them in your daily life? Good question. Go ahead.
I would say being humble, having integrity, and at the same time, like understanding that like just because you have like certain gifts in life or certain benefits doesn't mean that you're actually like better than anybody else. So just being humble for the most part, I would say is the most thing I would say.
I'll say the most important. Damn. I think loyalty and integrity are very important, right? Sticking by those that stick by you, and then being competitive too. Like if you're not competitive, that's not going to keep you motivated. If you're not motivated, obviously you're not going to do anything. And obviously, a big component of being of masculinity is being productive. Like you have to provide value as a man. If you don't, then you're effectively useless. Like, not to sound like an asshole or whatever, but like the only people that could be useless and get by in life are attractive females. Like as a dude, you can't do that shit. So I think those are some of the most important things. But yeah, in daily life, yeah, being loyal to those that are loyal to you, and being competitive because that's going to keep you driven. Because like you're always thinking like, oh, I'm going to beat my competition. So
That's good.
And then training as well, going to the gym. But that's a part of being competitive, staying in shape. Can't be a slob.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I don't know what you're saying, so I'm gonna skip that one. How do you feel about 50-50 topic that's been going around? 50-50. 50-50.
I think I can answer for all of us on this one. We don't believe in 50-50 over here. I think men should be leaders. And I think men should pay the majority of the bills. I don't think women should work. I think if they do work, it should be from an elective standpoint. You know, they want to do some work from home or something like that, or you know, something small. Cool, run a little business. But I think the kids come first in the family. But as far as like her chasing a career and like I gotta go get a bag and all that stuff, I think that's nonsense. I think that sets women up for perpetual sadness because I don't think women derive the same pleasure from chasing success and making income and increasing their status that men do. Like women a lot of the times derive pleasure from being around people that they love, being around family, being around friends. They're more social creatures than we are. Like they're not able to like dig in and really grind to the same degree that men are. Like you guys just aren't built for it. So I think women should I think men need to be the providers and women work collectively. Men work mandatorily, women work collectively.
You smart.
Loyal.
Yeah, I just don't think sound like you did that.
You're the one. You're the
Yeah,
best.
you know. But with that said, though, obviously,
one.
like not every girl deserves that, right?
should be-
Like you
it
have
should be
to
your
be,
girlfriend.
yeah, it's got to be your main chick. Like you can't just like, you know, just like as a girl, right? Like you're not gonna sit there and fuck any guy, right? You're gonna pick the guy that does it for you to some degree, right? Like same thing with men. Like you're not gonna commit to any girl. You're gonna commit to a girl that meets your requirements and is able to become an asset to you versus being a liability, right? And like obviously, you know, you have your trials and tribulations. You figure out girls. You date some girls. You figure out some are good at this, some are bad at this, some blah blah blah. And you figure out okay, she's fucking useless, etc. And I think it's very important that you like vet girls for a period of time. But yeah, I think obviously if she fills your requirements, then yeah, you should be the provider if she's your main girl or your wife. So
Vice versa.
vice versa. What do you mean by that?
Like it's the same with women. Like they're not gonna submit to you if you're
Oh, I
not.
see what you mean.
Yeah, like
Okay, I see what you mean.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Next
Cool.
one.
I got some crazy shit just now.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
You want me to read it? I got it. Okay. What is the best advice to safely ask intimacy from? Okay, see, this is a terrible handwriting. I gotta roast you. Intimacy from.
Was that you?
Ask for.
How did you know it was me?
A woman.
Your reaction was like, oh, he got me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna read this verbatim for y'all what it says
I have
here.
really bad handwriting.
This is just bad everything. All right. What is the best advice to safely ask intimacy from? Ask for a woman. Should I text her first asking?
I was rushed.
So I think as a female,
Look,
like
nobody
y'all,
rushed you.
and I've kind of noticed this from like talking with a lot of bisexual girls, and because we've had a lot of bisexual girls and lesbian girls come on the show, you know, contrary to what we want. So we'll
Period.
find out after. But what I've noticed with women, and you guys, anyone here bisexual, by the way?
I am.
Okay.
I mean, I like women,
All right.
but I'll never be one.
Perfect. So
Very
correct me if I'm wrong
bisexual.
here. What I've noticed with women is they're able to be way more direct and forward when they deal with other women. Oh, you're
Yeah.
pretty. We
Yeah.
should go out sometime. I like you
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's
And you
easier
can-
for a girl.
Yeah, and you guys can do
it's easier
that.
to initiate it with other female.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like
What
y'all
the
can do
fuck
that
are
with
females?
each other. Versus like, as a guy, to be that direct, you gotta really have confidence. You really gotta have your shit together. But as women, like y'all can
You
really.
could just really say
could
it
just
like
walk up
without
to any
like being scared. You could just
What?
be like, oh, I
Yeah,
think you're
I want
hot.
you.
I
There you
think
go.
you're
Yeah.
No,
cute.
bitches be fake gay and shit like that. Come on.
No,
now.
they do be
Yeah.
They be come on. I be having problems with bitches. I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
It's
be.
difficult.
Oh, I just like to get my pussy ate. I don't like to eat pussy. I'm like, bitch, you're not.
No,
you're
I
not.
know
You're
you.
You're not bisexual.
You just like you're just a whore that likes to
You're
get
just a-
satisfied.
yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
the difference. It's the difference.
I'm just saying, like,
It's the difference.
I think that's disrespectful. That's like,
Yeah,
you know,
for-
like
it
you
is.
want me to eat your pussy, but you're not gonna eat mine,
You
bitch.
ain't-
Bye. Goodbye.
exactly.
The fuck, you're not gonna use me as a fucking rose, bitch. Fuck.
You know what's interesting?
Bunny with the rocks, man.
No, hold on. You know what's interesting though? Like, I think a lot of girls that are bisexual would agree with her on that sentiment. But you know what's
Yeah.
interesting? There's a bunch of simps out there that would gladly eat a girl's box and not getting anything in return.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I've always found it interesting how like when girls are bisexual, they don't get finessed. Does that make sense? Like they're gonna split the bill. They're not gonna get used. Like if they feel like there's some bullshit, they'll talk about it or like just cut that girl off. Whereas men, like they'll get used by girls all day, but girls don't let other girls finesse them. Did you notice that? Like very
yeah.
It's
interesting.
almost like
That's
they
not
know.
I mean,
I'm the bitch. I'm the alpha bitch. You ain't gonna run game on me. That's how
Well,
it is.
you know why? They're putting themselves first.
Yeah.
Unlike most men put themselves last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
I can't respect another woman.
I've just always thought that was like very interesting.
I
How like
swear.
when girls go out on dates, like they're okay with splitting it. They're okay with like, how do I say this politely? I'm just gonna say it. Like y'all will accept mediocrity from a female, but you guys won't accept it from a man. if
Yeah,
that makes
that's
sense.
what
it's an understanding between two
women
feelings
at
is
like a lower
easier.
standard than men.
Yeah,
like,
'cause once
women
it's a
are
man-
like easier to like. I don't know.
Hell
I
yeah.
just feel like I have a lower
So
standard. For
let me ask you
women.
this: so will you tolerate a bad date with a female way
Yes.
more than you will with a guy?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we could be friends at the end of the day. We don't
Exactly.
got-
Like,
Would you say that the guy has to do damn near everything perfect to
Yes.
get to